It started with a voice memo from an unknown contact at 2 in the morning. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, listening to the sound of my husband, Mark, snoring softly beside me. The voice on the recording was distorted, robotic, almost inhuman. It said, "He wasn't at the office gala last night. Sarah, ask him why he has a receipt for a jewelry store in Greenwich." My heart absolutely dropped. We live in Brooklyn. Mark works in Midtown. There is zero reason for him to be in Connecticut. I didn't scream. I didn't wake him up. Instead, I became a ghost in my own home. The next morning, I kissed him goodbye, tasting the lie on my lips. He looked me right in the eyes, smiled that perfect boyish smile, and told me he had a long day of meetings. As soon as the door clicked shut, I went through his pockets. Nothing. I checked his laptop. Clean. But then, tucked inside the lining of his gym bag, I found it. A crumpled slip of paper from a boutique in Greenwich, dated yesterday at 4 p.m. The air felt thin. I called the number that sent the memo. A woman answered, her voice sharp as a razor. She told me her name was Elena. She said she was a private investigator, hired by someone who cared about the truth. She started sending photos. Mark, walking into a brownstone. Mark, holding hands with a blonde woman I didn't recognize. I was ready to pack my bags, ready to burn it all down. But then, I zoomed in on the last photo. The blonde woman had a very specific tattoo on her wrist, a small, blue butterfly. Wait, I knew that tattoo. It belonged to Mark's sister, Chloe, who he hasn't spoken to in 5 years. They had a falling out that nearly broke him. I didn't go to a lawyer. I went to that brownstone. I sat in my car, hands shaking on the wheel, until I saw them. Mark and Chloe coming out, carrying a box of old childhood photos. They weren't lovers. They were reconciling. That's when it hit me. Elena, the investigator, wasn't a pro. She was Mark's ex-business partner, the one he sued for embezzlement last year. She wasn't trying to save me. She was trying to isolate him. She wanted me to leave him, so he'd have no one left to fight her in court. I drove home, my head spinning. When Mark walked in, I didn't show him the receipt. I just hugged him, tighter than I ever have before. The moral? Sometimes the person whispering in your ear is more dangerous than the one sleeping by your side.